With no more
NK
online
Books.
missions, Van Sam suddenly had free time, idling every day while lurking on the forum. Dog-eyed fool, two camps are brawling and they're going for real, the kind where it doesn't stop till someone dies. Why can't I control my hands? I know at times like this I should log off for safety, so why can't I stop the itching arm? Great, now I've hurt someone to death, later I won't be able to play at all. I'm so wronged I could cry. Observer, the Lonsam camp originally had many 4-star powerhouses and clearly held the upper hand, then the Hongfong camp used a big move, released the leader, and flipped the situation. I estimate the war will end soon. Godstacker, I've played so long and this is the first time I've seen the leader's portrait. Whoa, too handsome. Who was the reference model this time? Reading the comments, Van Sam vaguely felt the forum friends were praising Luke Min. In an interesting way, on the 5th day of not logging in, at midday rest, she rarely dreamed. In the dream, her relationship with Luke Min was sometimes close and sometimes distant, sometimes he avoided her shadow, sometimes she was absorbed in career and base building. Once, in a foul mood, he suddenly asked why she spent all day in game circling around him. Because I'm your personal doctor, I have to treat you, she replied innocently. Doctor, he tugged at the corner of his mouth. You're very responsible indeed. What can I say? I covet your looks, she sighed. As soon as she spoke, seeing his odd expression, she realized she'd slipped, fell tongue-tied, mortified to death. Social death, he asked. You already know this is another world and that you and I won't end well, so why let yourself sink deeper? At first she said, I'm trying to restrain myself, soon I'll pull free. Later when pressed again, she said, once I have a new target, my attention will naturally shift. When pushed yet again, she flared up. I'm happy. Can you control me? Seeing her stubborn, he turned forceful, pressing her to be responsible for what she'd said. In the end they became lovers, yet the bond was fragile, for once Luke Min died or the system vanished, the two of them would be completely cut off, or if Van Sam's heart changed, or she met with an accident in reality, or her consciousness projection was destroyed so she could no longer come online, they likewise would never meet again. After a full year of dating, he asked, do you still want to drop me and run? She said, for now I don't have that idea, so later there's still a chance you'll change your heart. His eyes went cold. She said, from now on, every anniversary, ask the same question once. When I've answered no 70 times, would that prove untrue to you? That night he lay awake. Next morning he asked, if there's a chance, do you want to meet? She was taken aback, then said, if we can, of course that's good. Honestly she wanted to love like ordinary people. A boyfriend existing only on the internet or in another world was, after all, strange. There's a way, he said. Rewind time, open the second run, and let everything begin again. After it restarts then what? She asked. Each trouble is equivalent to an event. Based on your response and the outcome, the system gives 5 ratings: unqualified, qualified, good, excellent, perfect. The higher the rating, the more achievement points, he said. What's the use of achievement points? They can be exchanged for special rewards. He paused slightly, then said, including awakening new powers so I can cross time and space to your world. Why can't you do it now? Completion isn't enough. The points aren't yet saved up. After a beat she sorted it out. So we spend points for rewards, go back to the past, and play again. If it goes smoothly and we stockpile enough points, then in this present second run we can truly meet. That's right, he nodded. But if mistakes happen midway, the ending may differ. The host may die, the player's consciousness projection may be destroyed, the points may not add up, you might not even unlock the third cycle. A round mechanical orb suddenly appeared. What's that? She asked. The system's manifested intent, he said. The orb was very polite. Hello, I am System 999. So, she looked at it, opening the second run. Is dangerous and must be chosen carefully. The system bobbed up and down like a nod. Can the memories be carried back? She asked. Exchange for the memory reward and you can, it answered. Then rerun it. She decided without hesitation. He seemed about to speak, then held back. The system whispered, he's 5-star, bringing him back burns huge energy. Even if we spend all saved achievement points we can at most return him to September of the year 2207. The operation has a time limit. Only events solved within 3 years after the system opens can yield points, namely from the 1st day of January of the year 2205 to the 31st day of December of the year 2207. She was speechless. So complicated. Also, it added, even with the memory reward, you'll only remember the span between the 1st day of January of the year 2205 and the 31st day of December of the year 2207. To regain all memories you must, in Run 2, exchange for the complete memories of Run 1 reward. Expressionless, she said, you're a reskin money pit. Well, point pit, mutual consent, How is that a pit? It objected. If we empty the coffers and still only get to September of the year 2207, we can't even dodge the core problem. How is that not a pit? She said, he's 5-star, someone like you at 3-star. Can be sent back to January of the year 2206, it replied. Van Sam, a top player of Doomsday Base, commanded 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star beasts, yet she herself was still 3-star. She tilted her head. It doesn't have to be Lukeman. Can you send me back? That's why I came to you today, he said, gaze deep. Do you want to go back? I do, she answered crisply. That's the spirit. The system unfolded an exchange list and eagerly pitched the memory. Reward includes all memories between the first day of January of the year 2205 and the 31st day of December of the year 2207. Event rerun reward lets you wear back into the past and handle events again, aiming for higher completion and richer points. Only going back to the year 2206 is rather late. She propped her chin and pondered, then asked, can you send me to March of the year 2002? 105. Points are insufficient to purchase all events from that March through the end of the year 2207, it said. Don't buy the whole slate. Can we skip by only key events? She asked. The system fell silent. The idea was wild, so wild that in all its many hosts it had never tried it. In theory yes, in practice no. Between two events? If you don't buy the rerun reward you're not supposed to interfere and alter the trajectory, but in reality you can't. Stay offline forever, and once you log in you'll create unknown ripples, it said. So that means we still exchange for memory, spend points to reach the earliest possible moment, then start again. If I only meet Luke Min in the year 2206, the chive dish will be cold, she muttered, then a light went on and her eyes brightened. What if I simply don't log in between events? For example, Stage A. Traffic accident, send me to a hospital, force me into sleep or standby, and only wake me when the next event begins? The system, that truly put it on the spot, but once her thinking opened, it went wilder, if doable, by every key event, and for the rest skip the journey and sleep standby. By my math, set up a dozen traffic accidents, hibernate a dozen times, and it should be almost enough to greet the end of Run 2. The system recalled how former hosts said summon players were all lunatics. It hadn't believed it, but now even the word lunatic couldn't cover 1,000th of her frenzy. Had you saved a bit more earlier, now you wouldn't be this tangled, it grumbled to its host. With enough points you sprint straight to the finish, no need for today's penny pinching. If points were enough I'd exchange for powers to cross time and space and wouldn't choose a second run, said Luke Min. The system, an unsolvable prompt. Exchange as I said, she declared with full confidence, we'll replay once, and by this day of Run 2, the wish will come true. No, the system protested loudly, sending someone to a hospital, not harming the body yet forcing them into a vegetative state, and repeating it a dozen times. What kind of demonic operation is that? Besides, with so many traffic accidents, are you sure you'll keep playing? What if you quit? It asked. Fair point. She thought that too many mishaps might make her suspect in-game grudges and a real world assassin. It won't go that far, she said. Spending gold to alter fate, though points are short so we can only alter halfway, is still better than no alteration. You must also feed your beasts, he reminded. Long and unjustified offline gaps make them uneasy, and he himself couldn't bear so many partings. She conceded. Then one traffic accident only. The system went mad. Why must it be a traffic accident? Can't you pick something ordinary? You think I like it, she said, but it gets the patient in early, which helps recovery. By the time she regained memories in the year 2206, his illness would already be severe. Moreover, repeated assassination attempts would make him wary of players. Entering the game earlier and meeting earlier would help win his trust. Or, she suggested, how about you also exchange for memory? Then starting Run 2 in the year 2206 wouldn't be impossible. I said it's expensive, he replied. If he exchanges, he must start from July of the year 2206, the system added. She sighed. Forget it then, thin purse cannot bear the spend. Thereafter, on the topic of how to design the most economical, practical, and effective plan, she and System 999 argued fiercely. He watched from the side and felt the whole process reek of sourness and poverty. After who knows how long, the human and the system finally nailed a plan. He instructed, rest. Well, tomorrow morning when you open your eyes, you'll see a new world, she swore. Leave it to me. With memories and game experience, I guarantee an excellent completion. The two parted. The system confirmed with its host. Proceed with exchanges according to Van Sam's proposal. He chose the relatively cheap reward of retaining favorability toward a certain person, then once more adjusted the time points around the traffic accident, and finally pressed confirm. The system muttered, Host, if she finds out, she'll beat you, and he answered, ice cold, everything else is fine, I just won't throw away my feelings for her. During the beast fight she nearly had an accident and almost lost her qualification to play. Even I cannot summon the same player twice. To ensure nothing goes wrong, the best way is to set her wake-up time after the great battle. Van Sam woke from sleep, thinking the dream too real, as if everything had truly happened, and perhaps someone had exchanged 4 complete memories of Run 1 to fill in her gaps. As she wondered, a line of text appeared, Luke Min, I'm coming to find you. With a translucent arrow pointing toward the window, she opened it and looked out, seeing him below, waving up at her. Knowing that the car accident was caused by the system, Van Sam finally relaxed and added the house move to her schedule. After a few days of tidying up and moving into the new place, she discovered that Luke Min also lived in the same community. If you knew we lived together, would you be scared and run away? Luke Min said calmly. So I bought a different house. Van Sam, this is a villa district. How did you even get a house here? Just say you want to buy one and register a code, it's easy to get. So what's your plan now? Van Sam asked, changing the topic. Luke Min replied, from 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening, you go to the other world with me for work. From 6 in the evening to 8 in the morning, I'll go home with you. Van Sam thought, well, work and romance can coexist. A week later, the war ended, and everything returned to peace. Van Sam returned to the manor, where the wolves and red beasts rushed over to nuzzle her. Long time no see. I missed you all. She petted each one. Little White struggled to squeeze through and reached her side, using all its tricks to win her affection. I promised to cook for you, and I haven't forgotten, Van Sam said. Little White took the chance to bargain, too late. I need extra rewards. Brush my fur, play with me, make snacks. In short, it was the most spoiled one in the manor. All right, I'll thank you properly. After calming the beast squad, Luke passed by. Van Sam grabbed her and asked, what happened after the camp battle? It's thanks to you, Luke smiled. If the Lord had lost her mind, we couldn't have one. Luckily, she stayed clear-headed and used her full 5-star strength. Even though Nam Lam Sam's camp had many schemes, they were still suppressed. And Ki Nian? Dead. Killed by a wanderer. Luke had only heard about it from others and didn't care much. Ki Nian thought even if he couldn't take the Hong Fong camp, he could still escape unharmed. But he was chased down and killed on the way. They say the killer wanted his command token. Van Sam, in the game Apocalypse Camp, there was no such thing as a command token. You just built some structures and gathered subordinates to start your own territory. Ki Nian's death was truly pointless. By the way, Luke suddenly remembered, face turning serious, tobacco was a special product of Lam Sam Camp. Ki Nian used it to control the residents of Hong Fong. Now many are addicted. Can you cure it, doctor? Burn all the tobacco and plants used to make it, and they'll be fine, Van Sam said. Luke frowned. No medicine needed? No. When smoking, the body feels light and joyful. That feeling gets recorded in the brain, and next time they see tobacco, they crave it again. In the end, it's just memory addiction. People think they'll die without that pleasure, but it's an illusion. Time and awareness will fix it. I see. Luke nodded. NK Books. Right, make a list of the addicted ones, Van Sam reminded. Even if they recover, if tobacco appears again, they'll do anything to smoke it. Got it. That afternoon, Van Sam busied herself in the kitchen. By the time she fed the crying hungry beasts, dusk had fallen. Still busy? Luke Min asked. Done. Van Sam nibbled a snack as she replied. Eating now? You'll ruin your dinner, Luke Min said. You don't understand. Van Sam straightened up. Eating 2 portions of dinner only adds 1 portion of calories. That's the joy of it. If you like it, eat more, he said, holding her hand. She looked down at their interlaced fingers. What are you doing? Just fought a 4-star mutant vine. Holding hands prevents relapse. He spoke seriously. Van Sam, you're unbelievable. What 4-star mutant vine? There's none nearby. There is, Luke Min said. Remember back in February 2207, Lam Sam? Camp caused chaos to steal supplies? Soon after, a 5-star mutant vine appeared. I nearly died fighting it. Hearing that, Van Sam recalled, right, that did happen. Back then, both camps were short on food, so Kenian planned the theft. This time, with Hong Fong's supplies full, he tried to take over everything. So what's with the 4-star vine? It mutated long ago and hid in the wild. Unlike normal vines, it absorbs corpses as nutrients. In the last life, after the rat plague, internal chaos, and the final camp war, it grew into 5 stars. This time, since the rats were burned out and the war ended quickly, it lacked nutrients, so only 4 stars. Ah, Van Sam remembered, after the hail disaster, I went out to scavenge beasts and found far fewer than expected. The vine probably got them first, Luke Min said. How devious. Van Sam thought, in this world, whether NPCs, beasts, or even plants, none could be underestimated. A moment's carelessness meant being crushed. But Van Sam drew out her tone, eyes bright. Natural disasters, human wars, internal strife, in the end, nature still wins. Kinda poetic, huh? Poetic? Luke Min raised a brow, expression saying you sure about that? I mean, humanity always prevails, she quickly corrected, finishing her snack, grabbing his hand, and smiling. Come on, let's go home. Luke Min looked at her, a faint smile rising. In his heart, he sighed, meeting you truly is the best thing that ever happened.